Hello everyone, welcome back to Rolling Solo. My name is Adam Smith, and today on Rolling Digital I'm checking out Everdell as it launches today and is available on Steam as well as a number of other platforms, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And I want to take you through the tutorial today. I wanted to show you this. Now I'm capturing this from my computer, and we're going to walk through the tutorial, all three of the different modes, to really get you up to snuff on the rules. And it walks you through all of that. This game in this digital form allows you to play locally, allows you to play online. You've got yourself some leaderboards over here that you can sign into and be a part of. You've got a community section as well, and the Dire Wolf News section too. So without further ado, let's dive right into the tutorial here. Now, for those of you that are unfamiliar with Everdell, it is definitely a solo playable game, hence the reason why I'm covering it here on the channel, but it's one of my favorites. It's a really, really great game. I've always enjoyed it, and I picked up everything for it, so to be able to play it digitally solo is a huge, huge plus. Now I want to take you through all of these. I haven't even finished all of them, as you can see here. So let's start with the introduction one, which is already checkmarked and ready to go. These are typically locked up until you get to the next one. We'll start with the introduction and work our way through, giving you an idea as to how this thing looks and flows. So this is the general UI for the game right here. It says, welcome to the wondrous world of Everdell. Underneath the shelter of the towering Ever Tree, a land of mossy hollows and meandering streams is yours to discover. Today you will learn how to harvest resources, build buildings, and recruit critters to your city. You start with 2 workers. They can be used to visit different locations that are marked with the paw print on the board, and that allows you to collect resources and rewards. So you'll see on the signpost exactly what resources that you actually will get, and your worker's just over here. On your turn, you're going to perform one of 3 possible actions. You can place a worker, you can play a critter or construction, or you can prepare for the next season. This is a really unique game in that the seasons are changing based on or per each player. So different players can be in different seasons, which is quite interesting in terms of progression throughout the game. This says right here to send your worker to harvest some twigs by dragging them to the highlighted destination or location. So we're going to take the worker, click on it, drag it over, and drop it right there. And just like that, our resources have bumped up by 3. The wood you've gained will help build a farm. Hold your mouse over the farm card to examine it. So simply just placing your mouse over top will show you the card, shows you the cost in the top left-hand corner, but we need resin. So let's get a worker to the resin area. We're going to pick ourselves up 2 resin. Now that we have the necessary resources to construct the farm, we're going to drag it to our city area to build it. So this is the city area right here. And when you play a farm, it adds 1 berry to your resources, as it mentions right here. So we gather that, goes in there. The farm is also worth a point at the end of the game, victory points, of course. The game ends after players have played through all 4 seasons, as I mentioned. Actually, I didn't mention that there were 4 of them, but hey, it's based on real life, so there's 4 seasons. Now that our workers are all deployed and there are no cards left in hand, we want to play, we will prepare for the next season. So we're jumping ahead quite quickly. So you can see the advantages to moving into each of the different seasons. You have spring, summer, autumn, where the number of workers you have begins to increase over each season. Plus, there's some production going on and card drawing and all that other fun. So in this case, you're going to activate the production cards in your city like the farm. And the farm gives us that. Now, if we want to prepare, we go ahead and recall our workers and just simply click this button. The game's going to automate the retrieval of any resources that we're supposed to get. So normally when you're playing the board game version, you got to kind of peruse through your cards and figure out what you gather. This will do that all automatically for you with a button press. So workers come back. It says, the budding blossoms of spring. What a wonderful season to make some new friends. With those berries our farm grew, we have enough resources to play the barge toad in our hands. We're going to go ahead and do that. The barge toad is a critter. Critters are paid for with berries. Your buildings, constructions, require some combination of twigs, resin, or pebbles. The barge toad is a common. You can have as many of those as you wish in your city. You have a card in your hand that will reward you for collecting common critters, so hold your mouse over that to look at it, and that's the school. So we can see right there at the very bottom. So this is a prosperity card based on the icon that's right here. At the end of the game, these types of cards are going to give you victory points. So an example being, for each common critter, you're going to get a victory point. You use your worker to collect 2 more resin. We'll go ahead and do that. And now that we've got enough resources, we'll be able to play this. Now, I want to show you something else. You can move around the area. So this is the gist of what it looks like all the way around. And you'll see a little bit of screen tearing there, and I believe that's because I don't have vertical sync turned on. Now, if I go ahead and do that, it might just rectify that one issue, unless, of course, I can't do it while I'm in the middle of a game. Might have to do it later. Yeah, I might have to do it outside of the game, back at the main menu. And that's okay for now, because I'm not going to be doing any drastic movements, but that's something to be aware of if you want to avoid that issue. But other than that, it looks really good. You can zoom right in. You can actually click on things like the critters themselves, or the water, the grass. You can hit the tree, bump stuff around, play with the different elements of the game. But anyway, let's continue doing what we're doing here. All constructions have a specific critter that can be played for free once they have been built in your city. So for the school, it's the teacher. It mentions it up in the top right. So we'll place the teacher in our city. And this is luckily because the teacher happens to be a critter that can go inside of this card, the school, that we can drag it in and play it for free. So we confirm this, and it places one of these closed door icons on that school to let us know we can't use it again in the future. That's basically it. So we literally just blasted through that tutorial. So we'll go ahead and just continue on to the second one here. Now, actually, where we're at right now might be a great place to actually save and exit. And I'm going to actually do that change of the vertical sync to see whether it cleans up the issue I'm seeing with the screen tearing. So we're going to go in here, we're going to go VSync, and we're going to go back. And we're going to jump right back into where we were, which was the second one here. And we'll just say continue. And you can see it'll pick you up exactly where you left yourself off. Let's see if that screen tearing is an issue anymore. Nope, it is not. You'll see it's completely gone away. So if I move around really quickly, that weirdness that was inside the screen is no longer occurring, that tearing. So definitely make sure that's checked. All right, so welcome back. I'm happy to announce that the courageous Mr. Sheldon has agreed to challenge you. The first player is dealt 5 cards, and each player after them will be dealt 1 more than the last. So I get 6. 3 forest locations are added to the board as well. You get 4 in a 3 and 4 player game. These locations vary from game to game, typically the most lucrative locations. And this is very true. When you're playing the board game version, these are changing up all the time, and these signposts typically have much better resources per worker than anything that's currently static on the game board. All right, so he's already gone ahead and taken that one. He's taken the first move, placed his worker there, gathered some resin and some logs. It has an icon, which means it's exclusive, so once he's there, nobody else can take it. But there is the ability to go after specific icons like this one here that's almost a half circle, and that means it's a shared location, so multiple workers can go there, but these ones with the full circle are exclusive. The first person to get there gets the resources. Let's visit the berries and grab some. Or let's visit the berries. Let's visit this stump and gather some berries. What a haul. So you're getting more berries than you normally would if you went over here to the basic ones in the corner. So we got 3. Definitely useful. We have enough berries to attract a wanderer to the city. The wanderer is a traveler card, which means this ability only happens once, right when played. That's good to remember. So this will allow me to draw 3 cards. Let's play it. There we go. So my hand limit has now reached its maximum, just like that. You won't be able to draw more cards until you play or discard some of them from your hand. You may have noticed that some resources are easier to gain than others. Pebbles are typically the hardest to gather, while twigs are much easier. So you can just look up here in the basic actions for these show that you can get 3 twigs or 2 twigs with a card or stuff like that. So it's a little easier to get those twigs. Whereas stones, there's just actually in this game currently right now, there's just the 1. So there's other ways to get resources using cards that you place inside of your city that you're building. But as of right now, things are pretty tight. And of course, you can also discard cards. I'll talk about that later to go after whichever resources you wish to get. Some locations and abilities will let you choose whatever resource you want. So the Haven, there's an example of how you can get that. Visit the Haven location to convert cards, and this is exactly what I was just talking about, where you can convert those cards to resources of your choice. So at this point, we'll go ahead and put a worker there. Drop them right on the spot. And we drag each card in hand to the discard area here, and you'll get one resource for each for every 2 cards you discard. So we'll just basically throw every single card in here as an example, because it wants us to do that. Right, and now it's going to give us an allotment of resources that we can now start picking from. So we'll take a wood, take a resin, and 2 pebbles. And of course, when you're doing this free form, you'll be able to pick whatever you want. All right, Sheldon has prepared for spring, but you are still in winter. See, this is exactly what I was talking about earlier, where the seasons can change per player. That's what I meant by that. So Sheldon's already moved into or prepared for spring. I'm still stuck in winter, but the game continues to progress as players move along regardless. And just because you don't have any cards in hand doesn't mean you can't keep playing cards to your city. The meadow provides you another source of cards, and this is something most of you that have played the board game will understand. There's a meadow in the middle of cards that are wide open to every player. Of course, you have to pay the resources in order to be able to pick them up, of course. The shopkeeper is a governance card. Unlike the brown and the green cards, a blue card doesn't do anything right when it's played. Instead, it grants a bonus whenever a specific condition is met. In the case of the shopkeeper, you gain a berry whenever you play a critter. Now let's look at the destination card. Offers you new locations to send workers. So you can see right here, this would allow you to do that. We'll click on this. Sending a worker to the lookout allows you to copy any basic or forest action, even those occupied by another player's worker. So this is a way to kind of get around that constraint around using those non-shared spaces. Drag the lookout from the meadow to your city to play it. All right, we'll take that for sure. It'll give us some flexibility down the line. It's time to prepare for spring. Remember, when you prepare for the season, you get to recall your workers, gain an additional one, and activate the green or production cards in your city. So that is going to happen right now. Sheldon's playing the inn, as you can see over here. So Sheldon's got his stuff going on. If I want to see his, it'll show in a second here. You can click on his avatar, and that will allow you to view his city, and then you can simply just hover your mouse over top of a card to take a closer look at it. This is a destination location where any player may send a worker. However, when you send a worker to another player's location, so if I use one of my workers on this card, that player, so Sheldon, would actually score a point for providing the service, as it states right on the open sign. You see an open sign, that means other players can drop their individuals here. This one is an exclusive one, so it can only be done once. Let's send our worker to the inn and use this ability, so we'll do exactly that. The inn allows you to play a card from the meadow for 3 fewer resources. You can see sometimes those cards, although they provide a benefit to your enemy that you're playing, maybe the competitor you're playing against or the AI, still you're gathering something quite nice out of it. So we get to pay to go after any meadow card in our and recruit it to our city for 3 fewer resources. So I want to pick something really good. So looking at the point values of things, I only have a berry and a stone, so I need to find something. I could pull off the fairgrounds actually, which would give me some extra cards, and it give me 3 points, which is pretty good. So I might do that actually. Let's take that one. All right, and it says you're on your own from here. To complete this lesson, add 1 of each card type to your city. Okay, so that's our goal, and you can see them right here. We've already checked off 3 of them. We need to get governance and prosperity in there. Let's go ahead and... let's see here. What do I want to do? We got ourselves 2 more workers. As you can see down here, the worker count. I want to build up high enough to... I could put a prosperity card into play. It says pair with the harvester. Is the harvester in here? No, it's not. I need more berries is what I need. I think I will put there, grab some more berries. Sheldon's gonna go. Now right now while there's goals here, it's covering up what Sheldon's doing, but I can always just come over here and take a quick look. I'm gonna place this critter in play. I need to get a governance, so as you can see right now, there isn't any oh no, there's one, there's a clock tower. It's just stone and 3 wood. I don't have any of those resources. I can't use that because I've already used that. So let's do... Let's take this one for now. Might not exactly be what I need, but it gives me a nice breakage of multiple resources. Let's do that. Oh, another clock tower popped in. Okay. Gonna have to prepare for a season soon, I think. I might even do it. Actually, I could play this. Copy a green in an opponent's city. What could I do with that? I could gain a berry. I guess that's a good thing to do. Let's do it. Let's copy that one. Okay. I think we're gonna end our season. Unlike spring and autumn, you do not trigger production cards when preparing for summer. Instead, you may take 2 cards from the meadow and add them to your hand, so long as you aren't at the hand limit. Perfect. That's gonna allow me to grab the clock tower as one of them, and maybe I will take. Let's take. Kind of want the bar or the theater. Let's take the theater. All right, let's see here. We need to get ourselves a clock tower to finish off this last governance one. I could have gone for the judge too. Technically, that would have actually been much. Oh, that came in after the fact. Wow, there's a lot of clock towers popping in. Okay, so we need 3 wood and 1 stone. I need to get some stone. This is the, well, can I use? Let's do this one again. Ooh, I actually kind of want to go, can I go back? Oh, that hides that, okay. So I can't go back on a turn, I don't think. So just so you know too, you can click on these to move the camera to the city or move the camera to the Evertree. Some quick play options there. Now, I might have messed up there. Probably didn't really want to do this right now, but we could take the judge, I guess. Yeah, what the heck? Actually, that works out pretty good. That works out pretty good. I'm not going to complain about that. That satisfies my goal like immediately, so without having to dig into the clock tower too much. So what a bustling and diverse city you have put together. Your goal is complete. Perfect. So there we go. First and second, and we're going to continue on. So we're heading into the 3rd and final tutorial. And then once you've gone through that, then you've got the full-fledged understanding. Okay, so for your final test, you will race 3 opponents in an attempt to claim events. 4-player games add 4 random forest locations to the board, while each hero has 2 spaces. Each player may only send 1 worker to each forest location. Okay, so you can't abuse them. We know that. Events are achievements that players may accomplish in the game to earn bonuses. In order to claim an event, you must be the first player to meet its requirements and send a worker there. To move your camera to the event, to the Evertree event area, tap the icon below. This is what I was just showing you guys. You can bounce around. Shows requirements. There are 4 basic events which are available every game. They require you to collect a certain number of specific card types in your city, so you can see them right here. And you can place your worker on them once you have it. These events encourage you to specialize in a specific type to reap the reward of 3 gold. High in the branches of the Evertree, you'll find 4 special events which vary from game to game. These events require players to place specific cards to their city in order to claim them. Hold your mouse over the special event to examine it in more detail. So you need a lookout and a miner. When achieved, you may place up to 3 wood here, and then for each wood on this event, you get 2. That's pretty awesome. To complete the tutorial, claim 1 basic event and 1 special event. You've got this, take it away. Okay, so I mean, this is very much a bite-sized portion of what Everdell has to offer when you actually play the full-fledged game. This is just a tutorial you're seeing here, so it's just learning you through and walking you through the basics. Once you've got these 3 down, you can jump into a full-fledged game, and it really starts to build on itself from there. Okay, so let's claim one basic event and one special event, or at least aim to. So as of right now, inside of my city, what do I have here? Oh, maybe I'm starting fresh. I don't have anything. Okay. Well, if that's the case, I need to work towards 3 of one type of cards. So what do I have for cards here? I don't have 3 of anything in hand, but going green might be the best option to do this quickly, I think. Well, actually, blue's not too bad either. I don't have any resources currently, so let's go ahead and deal with that problem. 2 cards, any resource. I can see the 3 berry resource is now gone. And then up here we've got Bard. We got the Bard and we have the Inn, so I could actually go after that one. Lookout in the Mole, I have that. Wow, I've actually got the ability to go after either of these. So with that in mind, let's go after the reds then, because we got 2 of the reds and we can go after either one of these. So let's go red. So stick, resin, stone. Do I have anything that'll give me that kind of a breakage of resources? Probably not. 2 wood and a resin. Not seeing it, but I think what I'll do is I will take this one for now. And now in order to build, I can't do double up on that same one. 2 resin there. Tough to say, tough to say. I should probably just go after sticks right now, I guess. Twigs. Let's go after that in a card. And give ourselves something else to go after. Okay, and technically we have whatever's out here too that we can always go after. Let's do this one. And the gameplay moves really quickly. Like if you know how to play the game, and you know what your objectives are, you know what you're trying to go after, and of course, being a tutorial, I don't have a full plan of action beyond just the basic goals, but you can really speed through this. The AI just rips through his turn quite quickly, even with 3 other individuals, and there's likely difficulty settings in here as well to ramp them up. Okay, so I have one of those. I need to get maybe a lookout going. I have a twig. I need a resin and a stone. Can I get a resin and a stone anywhere? Not really. I guess I have to end. Let's just prepare for the next season. I think that's what we'll do. To get the extra worker going. Okay, we need to get some resources going, so this is a really interesting setup here with the forest locations this time. I want resin and a twig, but that doesn't exist anywhere but here, and it's all gobbled up right now. It's not fun. Is there any red ones in here I could go after? Oh, this is a berry, the queen. Ooh. Could I go after... Let's go there. Okay. Got some money off the inn. Turtle used it. Let's do... I really want the queen. I just need 2 berries, and there's not a single other spot where I can get that unless I was to burn some cards, which I could potentially do. So just for the purposes of this, I think I'll go to the Haven. I don't know if this is the greatest idea. Which ones am I most likely not going to build? Probably this one. Wait a minute, hold on a second. Is the inn and bard, minor mole, lookout? Okay. So I guess it's safe to get this one out, this one out. Let's let these two go. Let's confirm that. I'm gonna go with let's go with berries. We'll get that queen. It's worth a lot of points too. And then after we'll go for the lookout. Oh, this one has a play a card worth up to 3 gold for free. So there we go. That's exactly what I'm doing. Ba-boom. See? 2 for 1 right there. Okay, now I still need a worker in order to claim the 3, which would be this one over here based on the 3 that I got. It's the Grand Tour. So we'll have to go to the next season. Don't have a choice on that because I have no workers. I gotta say, like, I love this. The game's fantastic too in person. I also love it on the tabletop, but this is just really cool to see it here. Choose 2 meta cards to draw for summer. Oh, right, yes. Let's go. I got Minor Mole and the Bard. I think I'll take the Peddler. Getting a resin refinery sounds good too. Okay. All right, so I claimed that event. It is mine. Check mark there, and now we just need to go after a special event. So in the Bard or lookout in the Minor Mole. So we already have the inn built, so we might as well just go with the Bard, I guess. We just need 3 berries. I can't get 3 immediately, but I can take this one and a card. And oh, they took that one. So it's just a single berry one over here now, unless I want to do something else. This is not the most efficient, but we'll do it. You may choose up to 5 cards to discard. Wait a minute. Let me see here. What does the Bard do again? You may discard up to 5 cards to gain... Oh, geez. Okay, I forgot about that. Let's get rid of... Oh, that's tough. That's a lot of points. Let's do it. Take 3 points. Okay. And we're ready to claim this thing up here. Ta-da! There we go. We've done both of our goals. You have no resources of the correct type to pay. Nice work achieving those events. Your lessons are complete. If you are looking for a fun next step, we recommend trying out a challenge game. These are a series of solo matches featuring a special variant or goal exclusive to Everdell Digital. That sounds really cool. Based on my performance, I actually came in underneath. Rats! Maybe I should have burnt... Oh, I should have burnt the last 2 cards with that final one, and I would have been tied. Actually, I would have been ahead with the events claim that I had. Still, decent enough, I guess, for the tutorial. So that's going to do it. I mean, I wanted to show you guys the tutorial of the game. What I'll do is I'll quickly just load in a local play so you can see what it looks like. So if you go into the local play, which is the real way to play the game, this is where it was talking with challenges, solo play, pass and play, and Hogwarts Trial. So I love this pass and play option because you're able to play this on different devices and be able to pass them around, which is nice. I'll definitely be picking up for multiple devices. Challenges says test your mettle in a series of games with unique rules and starting conditions. Each challenge has a harder version to unlock by taking first place in normal mode. So this one here says spring into action. You do this one, then you unlock this one. Normal difficulty, each player starts with spring, instead of winter. And then the commoner uprising from there. You've got all these different ones. These are cool, little challenges to go after. Ways in which they change up the game but give you something to kind of go after. So you can choose one of these to go with, and you can pick any one of them. You don't have to do them in order. You can pick the beginning of any of these challenges to work your way towards the next one. And there's a decent amount of them too. Now the solo play, this is where you can come in, and like I was saying before, you can go easy, medium, hard, so that's awesome. I imagine we were probably playing on, well, actually in the tutorial, probably playing on easy. This is myself, AI, and you can, of course, just come in here and choose to close it off. Of course, you have to play against one other, but if you want to play against all four, you can do that, create a game, which is nice to be able to play this solo. Pass and play option, same idea, same structure. This one here, Hogwarts Trials overview. In this solo-only mode, you will be competing against a cantankerous, if I'm saying that correctly, old rodent known as Rugwort, who plays by his own rules. You must find a way to overcome his dastardly tricks and rid Everdell of his filth once and for all. That's pretty cool. So you got a rules intro here and a difficulty setting. You start with easy and work your way through. So you have that available for you. So in terms of solo play, it's not just the ability to play Everdell solo. It's more than that. You have challenges, solo play, the ability to pass and play with your friends and family once you want to include some other people in your game. You also have the ability to go online and play once you've created an account and log in and play with other people online. You can go to the leaderboards and start keeping track of your stats overall. So that's going to do it. That wraps up this look at Everdell, the digital edition. Hopefully, if you already enjoy Everdell, this is probably a must-buy immediately. If you're somebody who's never experienced Everdell, the board game, this might be a great way to see whether or not it's a fit for you in the physical form as well, plus being able to enjoy it digitally. But thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, keep on rolling solo.